bottom area.
And looks like it's a small disengage coming out from either side. No one really full committing onto this one for now, as Fat Fruit Ninja just dips down for that one white Evo shield that he needs, and picks up an additional loot. That's a mag going his way, but looks like this time around, they are not going to be trading for the 50-50, but we knew that two squads, CNE and one more Shame Assist, I believe, right, came in for the third party. So they still need to keep their wits about themselves. They are making their move now. It looks like the ring will be pulling up to the north here, just on the very edge of Epicenter. So it may be going over to Fragment East. Here's Shame Assist. This is what we were talking about, coming in for looking for that third party, but it's surprising that they're making this push. Don't hear many shots. They don't see any kills being traded on the kill feed for now. Here they go, making their push now.
Yeah, pretty interesting play from Seamus because they don't know if they can get third party immediately after this. They don't have enough information. Hopefully Holiday is going to be able to hit a scan, and that's going to give him some sort of information. But Dank's all the way towards the bottom right now, so this is just a two-man operation with Holiday and Sumo making their way over towards the top. Nice little R9 spray. It does have the purple mag, so he's going to have 27 shots overall in that one. It's going to force the bubble too, and they don't even care. They understand that they're kind of behind right now. This is the style that they have to play. They understand where teams are and that this team does have pretty low armors, and its absolute units just in complete shambles, getting chased across the map. Strictly connects with a Kobe coming down, and that's going to be Fat Fruit Ninja who eats it. It's 50 from Sleepy Panda onto the player crossing, but with Fat Fruit Ninja down and Lifts a lot not having his bubble, this is worst case scenario for absolute units. And we talked about the importance of having a landing spot. They are running out of there with basically no armor, very limited guns. Great shots right there onto the Crypto. He's not able to finish. That's going to be Strictly. And now it's only Sleepy Panda. It doesn't matter how good your shots are at this point. 3 versus 1 scenario for absolute units is just not going to cut it. Third party is going to come through as well. This is just an ugly scenario for everybody involved.
Yeah, so Kimchi Lee able to pick that one up. Sleepy Panda trying his best to find anything. But for now, it's Seamus is trying to pick up some additional kills here. But yeah, Seamus still controlling the high ground position. They don't really need to leave this one as well. It's a little bit more difficult to play this spot with this squad, this Wraithless composition. Sumo's on that Pathfinder. While he will have the zip lines, it's not as safe as trying to taxi loot without a portal there. You can still use the zip line, but or you can just full commit and drop down as a full 3-man instead.
Yeah, exactly. And they're going to be able to pick up a little bit of loot. It's not going to be that much, but the teams need to start rotating, and it's about that time.
Ooh.
Sorting Factory is going to be completely stacked throughout all of this, as Strictly is going to get the bleed out there onto Fat Fruit Ninja. But the scan has came through, and the way this one's pulling, it's tough to say. But getting inside Sorting Factory and getting the high ground on Sorting Factory wouldn't be a bad call.
Here's Seamus got another squad in front of them right now as the full scan onto them. The arcs are to try and find an opening. You got to be careful though. There's 2 different avenues to try and peek out from as the EMP now coming out on top of them. They do all take damage except for Dank there, who is just out of the range of it. So that slows down the push at the very least and forces out the bats now as Sumo now tries to find an angle playing off of this fence, and he does find it 108, but he gets tagged himself. Kimchi Lee will take him out, and now Seamus are fighting into a 2v3 as Holiday answers back, taking him out, tries to go for that res. The Caustic tries to go out for the peak, but oh boy, Messiah has to back up once again as they now try to pop the res themselves, and so the timing is now just going to work against them. Seamus are going to go ahead and full send it, making their way up onto the 2nd floor. Dank gets the knock onto Messiah now, and it's down to a 1v3 in favor of Seamus, taking out Depression to go down in 19.
Great job there from Seamus, and it was a scary moment there for Sumo, as you can see why people don't play the refrigerator. He just gets one clipped immediately through the window right there after having some really nice shots. Next thing you know, the res comes through, but it's the double 30-30 repeater shots that connected that pushed the enemy Caustic back inside, which was the huge turning point in that entire scenario there, and also the knock that came through. But Flashpoint setting up, and when Flashpoint sets up, you got to be careful because they have good armors here and they are great at predicting where these zones are going to be. So when we were talking about Sorting Factory, it could pull Sorting Factory, it could pull No Name, and it could pull in between. So this is going to be a lot of fun to watch. There's a lot of real estate here, and all of these players are very knowledgeable in this zone, so they know how to play this.
And with having crypto on that composition, they might just be within range to be able to get that drone over to continue to hit those scans for now. It's Smile that's controlling that beacon currently. As you can see, oh boy, on their screens, so many teams just to their south of them for now. Smile need to do something about all of them, but for now, they're just posturing up on the roof to see if they can get any additional information. It's going to be Sun coming up with these scans to try and get them the idea of who do they want to push if they can try to force teams out of these positions. For the time being, though, it's just a neutral game, as of course things should slow down here. It's game number 3. I think no one needs to really full commit onto a certain playstyle quite yet. We still have 18 squads left. Kodagami got a knock onto Icy. And Pickles losing one over here at Geyser as nades are being thrown in. You've got to be careful as Thermite goes through. Crunchy Ken will go down. Kodagami finds one more. As Icy did actually res throughout all of that. Boney Tony will be the next one to fall as Mr. Greek God picks that one up. Icy backing away the bats. And that's going to be the final stand for them. As Crunch, he does go down to get thirsted off. Oh boy. And the defensive bombardment is going to be utilized here as well, forcing them into the building. Might actually get some connects with that here. Does he get a knock with it, though? Buys enough time for the medkit at the very least, but in just a second, he's going to take the 3v1 up against Kodagami, and the squad going out for the peak, but there's the flank. Might be another squad. No, never mind. It is going to be the rest of the squad coming in. Shame Assist are here as well. And so the loot is actually going to be picked up by them. Wally Catchers. Despite all the work they put in there, they get nothing off that, despite other than the kill points.
Yeah, and poor Sting is running around still with gray armor, so that's an unfortunate situation for your Wraith to be in because you want to be aggressive with that. And at this point of the game, a lot of players are going to have blue, if not purple armor. No one's going to be close enough to have enough damage for red yet, but teams are setting up over towards Geyser because you kind of just hope and pray that it's going to pull over here at this point. You can't really rotate over towards where No Name is, where Flashpoint is, etc., because it's such a tough ask to go and run up that hill. So what you're doing here is you're setting up over towards Geyser, hoping for maybe a 5, 10, 50% chance pull that it does go away from that No Name area where all the teams are setting up. So this is a thought process between these two teams. It'd be surprising to see them fight until they get more zone knowledge.
Yeah, for now, of course, they do know that there is another team in the area at the very least to their east, but they have to watch out for the teams that are coming up from Lava City, coming up from Dome as well. Just play this building as best they can. And they're playing pretty spread out. I think almost maybe a bit too greedy trying to take control of this entire building, especially with Sync still sitting on that white Evo shield. It's South State actually controlling the north side of the zone. Can't imagine too many teams are going to be rotating through this choke point in particular. There's still a choke point to their west that they could play off of, maybe go through Harvester as well, make their way into Sorting Factory. But South State, again, sitting on some great armors right now. You got the purples for Bronzy and Mercy Only. Pride's got that gold. Mercy Only not able to connect quite yet with the G7 Scout. He's still 700 damage away from getting that red Evo shield.
I really like that angle that that South State has because of the fact that they are banking on either side there. They are wondering if it does pull Geyser, we still have this choke. If it goes back over towards No Name, we could rotate this way. But it's necessary for a team to go and hold that choke because if it does go and rotate over towards the other side, over towards No Name, then what they're going to do is they're going to force all of those teams that were down into Geyser up that hill to where Flashpoint is in their building, which is going to kind of create the butterfly effect and create opportunities for Team Flashpoint unless multiple teams push that at the same time and they get third-partied. So here's the fights happening over towards Sorting Factory. Keep in mind, there's at least 3 to 4 teams in this area.
This might just be Pride trying to at least secure a spot in the building, and they will be safe basically in the center of the zone here. As the barrel, long distance, actually connects onto one. He's getting some tick damage away with that as well. And so they know that another team's involved, so at least 2 other squads. As Flashpoint are making their entry now. They've got the Nox gas grenade kicking away. There's one player inside healing up. That's the Bloodhound. They get taken out next, and that's the instant thirst coming out as well. The finisher is going to be utilized there to make sure he cannot get through that portal.
Genius. Very rarely do you see players pull it off that quickly, and he's able to do so. It's not the most difficult move. The guy's obviously down on the ground, not shooting at you, but it's just great presence of mind to not let that player go through. Most importantly, you get the kill, and then you get the loot that stays on that side. As Looks like Davis gonna have to pop that Q and get back into safety here, as Pride is really stuck in this corner in this office building. It comes down to basically Junior Claw every time these barrels are up, putting him down in that same exact corner. And then when Mass needs to, they're gonna go and pop that bubble whenever grenades start to fly through. But that team should be pretty low on grenades at this point. I'm sure they've chucked all that they could and are saving a couple for endgame if they do have any left. And we did see a zone scan. It doesn't look like it's exactly where Flashpoint was hoping. It could have pulled away and went more towards Geyser.
Here's Absolute Units now playing on the edges of the zone over here at Harvester. They got his team rotating through now through the ring. They're going to try and give chase. Fat Fruit Ninja in that drone, try and spot them out. But they are pretty deep inside Harvester, and he might actually run out of range very shortly here. The pings are coming out. They do get visual scans on them at the very least. They can continue to try and chase this and try to, of course, gatekeep this squad. It's the second ring, and so they're taking decent damage, forcing out a lot of utility from this team at the very least. Hitting them up with the EMP as he just gets out of range with that. He will reconnect with his squad. Sleepy Panda continuing to pursue this squad with Lifty right behind him now. Rapper Ninja bringing up the rear here. They have to continue to play this gatekeep. They're trying to hard commit onto these kill points at the very least. They've got a minute and 20 to try to work off of. It looks like this squad might have made the full wrap all the way down to the south side.
Yeah, sneaky, slithery little snakes over there making their way over through the snake area at the bottom harvester area, now making their way towards bottom sorting factory. But all that's really doing, and unfortunately for them, is delaying the inevitable, because you're going to get gate kept at this point. Wherever you go is Claim going to connect with a huge grenade right there onto Amu. Scurry also gets scouted from the side, so that's 2 players from bottom 20 down. They don't have a caustic to be able to get through this gas. And I believe that is Amu's gas that is underneath the bridge here. So again, another one of those spots where you don't really want to be on the bottom here. Fortunately, you do have the rope to take up if you really need to. And Fun is a strong Gibby, so he's going to be able to have some great bubble placement. Portal's already been used. There's a loot going down for Kenny. He's taking some damage over towards the side, but this pulled really far from where all these teams were anticipating. This zone is very unpredictable.
MST are trying to clear out the north jungle gym now. The bubble has been used as well, pushing in. They've already started off with one knock. Pandas gets another one. Synced has gone down with the help of his Watson. Rare Excellency coming in for that long range kill as well. But MST will lose out on one throughout all of that. And oh boy, it's a full squad wipe coming out from MNK, who are playing the blue bin to their south as well. And we know Shroud going down. We have hit our top 15 in the lobby. As round 3 will start closing in now, as we do have, again, MNK in a fairly strong position. I think we did see the ring actually continue to pull up towards Flashpoint. About those houses just to the north.
Could be Flashpoint. MNK with a strong position here, looking for kills on the outskirts of the map. That area is going to be, and you can see exactly where the ping is going to be on that bridge. The thing about that bridge is a little bit of a head glitch, but over here, there's plenty of area to move around. They should be fine, especially with the amount of caustic barrels. And if you need to pop the gas, you're going to be okay too. The only thing that would really screw over would be a Gibraltar ultimate, but this seems to be the push that they were waiting for on the Pride side. That team gets a little bit too aggressive. They're still in the zone here over towards the corner of the office, and Davis is going to pick off both of those players.
Oh no, third party.
The third party comes through. Down from the side, though. Are they going to be able to get the bubble res? Nade's coming through, and it looks like that's a very clean third party coming through. Junior Claw is going to have to dip out.
His barrel's putting in work, too, allowing him to at least get away from that one at the very least. But that's going to be Pride losing out on 2. Davis Wave and Mast are out of this one. The ring going ahead and continue to pull up to that northern side now. It's about how much longer can Pride survive. He is getting hit from every side. MNK getting involved in this one as well. Sleepy Panda is here playing off that jungle gym, and he will get that final kill onto Pride. We're now up to our top 12. There's so many players missing in this lobby right now. We have 26 players left when we should have 33. Oh boy, here comes Absolute Units making a play on 2. MNK, the nades are coming in, hitting for 47 onto that goal. The scan comes out, but that Fruit Ninja will go ahead and continue to peek up as he goes for that climb, but he has to back away as the Nox gas grenade has been committed onto this fight as well. Taking a lot of flesh damage here. He's going to pop that bat instead as Sleepy Panda holds the angle from the left-hand side with that PK. He's got plenty of stuff left in it, but he's not connecting. Only hits for the 7 as he does get pushed. Clarify will get taken down, but it's traded 1 for 1 until that defensive bombardment comes in, and MNK get cleaned up by absolute units. Here comes a third party getting involved in this one as well, but looks like they do stabilize at the very least, playing this into a 2v2. Fat Fruit Ninja takes the court back to try to heal up and actually just dips out of this one, but he takes so much damage on the way down. Smile playing as a two-man and looking to pick up some extra kills.
Great job kind of weaseling their way through all of the madness here, as the portal is going to be taken again, and they know exactly where that one's going to go. There goes the finish of the kill there for Sung anytime now, and he does. Zone is going to move, though, and we know Flashpoint's been set up for quite some time. All these teams over towards Geyser are still in. South State's been playing this one really smart. They rotated all the way down from the choke into a building now, one of the oldie buildings. That's going to be safe, and Bronzy has plenty of barrels to spare here, as he has about 3 or 4 down towards this top-hand side. So great job by South State again, playing in between the middle of both zones and picking up kills along the way.
Here's Rare Excellence, though, who have been able to just snipe it out from range, picking up some kills here and there. We have one on his Watson at the very least. But it's been Flashpoint who set up here early on, making the rotate. Very high priority for them as they're moving over from Harvester. Helping! Just playing Duck Hunt over here. A quick peek out from Sung, and he does get knocked, but will they be able to get the thirst and secure that one? Bronzy finds one where it finishes off Stink. On all that. 7 squads, 16 players remaining here in zone number 5 as Flashpoint again at the ring, pulling on over to them. They have the high ground platform to play off of. They've got a vision as well to try to pick up these kills. The defensive bombardment going down to their east with a minute left to go. These teams are going to struggle on their rotate, and with Rare Excellence utilizing that gravity lift to dodge all that damage from the defensive bombardment.
Yeah, they've been playing very well on the horizon, but Zone moves in 50 seconds, and we know who has the priority position right now. It's going to be the team over towards the side of the building, which is Flashpoint, who's predicted this for quite some time. What's going to happen is if it ends on the high ground, all those caustic barrels at the top of the rope are going to be ridiculous to deal with, and one of the only teams that could deal with that would be Rare Excellence over towards the side. And you saw just the amount of confidence they had hitting the air and hitting the shots there. But Team Superior putting the pings down, wondering how they're going to make their play here. It's really up to Rakanishu to lay down a good bubble on the edge of the zone and possibly defensive bombardment while the other teams get distracted.
Here's South State, though, setting that up for themselves, and they do get into a spot. Bubble has been forced out by Flashpoint by another team, and they're just looking to pick up every single kill point that they can here. Knocks gas grenade right on top of this team, and oh boy, Z Davis gets taken out. He was a rat going down. We're down to our top 5 squads. We still have one team playing it out as a duo as Rare Excellency is able to get a kill and a thirst on the Prodigy Aces throughout all of this, because now they are making their move on in. Flashpoint have turned their attention over their way. The bubble has already been used as the Wraith Cube has been popped as well. Team Superior going down to the zone. No, it's Bronzy picking all of that one up for South State. And this is going to be the 3rd game in a row where South State secures at least the top 4 currently. But they have been one of the most consistent teams so far. They do have this low ground position. They can play this pretty slowly here. They do have the team above them, of course. So you have to worry about Flashpoint. But having this position here on the low ground, Flashpoint might be forced to drop down early.
Let's explore this way.
Keep in mind, 2 days ago, South State, 3rd place in the ALGS. They are feeling confident right now in this lobby, and they're proving that with the consistency. Let's see if they can get the W. As we were talking about right after game number 2, if one of these teams that have been playing very well can get this dub, that's going to be big. But they're going to have to deal with the team on the high ground dropping down on them very shortly. It really comes down to Bronzy. Bronzy and Mercy only need to use their utility at the right time, and they need to use that defensive bombardment and caustic Nox gas grenade to do some big plays. Bronzy with the gold armor is going to be really strong too, but that's what you love to see. 4 kills and only 474 damage. You're going to take that in a tournament scenario any day of the week.
Yeah, it is the top 3 here. It's a 3v3v3. You got Rare Excellency, you got Flashpoint up top, and of course South State sandwiched currently in between them. The only team that doesn't have priority on the zone right now is going to be the Rare Excellency. They're the ones that have to peek first. We see the nades coming out a little bit early coming in from Bronzy here. He still has that Nox gas grenade to play off of so far. as the port has been used by Rare Excellency as they are trying to use that. But Pride with that first knock onto Blur forces out that bubble early on, and oh boy, big connect coming out from Pride here as the drop down comes out from Kubsky. Don't know if he set up a port for his squad there. Just getting that extra angle, and it looks like that is what happened. And so Flashpoint are just waiting and hoping that these teams trade. Here comes the EMP as well, clearing a lot of these barrels. Don't know if they were able to pop them in time. We do have the black hole going down on top of South State, but they get inside their bubble, but that is forced out early. That might be Flashpoint dropping down to try and pick something up here as Kubsky is getting aggressive over on to Rare Excellency. It's a top 2 situation now, 3v3, South State versus Flashpoint. Will South State finally be able to secure a win here? With the kills as well, they get a knock onto Bronzy. Mercy only is down. Pride tries to go for the armor swap, but it's going to be Flashpoint that takes the win here. Again, South State just not able to get the dub. They're still maintaining consistency throughout all 3 games. Just a victory has been eluding them.
Great job by Flashpoint. Unfortunate that he's not able to get that armor swap. I would have loved to see if he could have finished that one off or how weak those other players were. But we had 3 different games, 3 different winners. Can't wait to see what the leaderboard says after 3 games.
Yeah, and we have to remember South State again, second place, I think third or fourth, and then second place again. So amazing consistency coming out from them. Hopefully we'll have our leaderboards updated for us because I would love to take a look at that. But before we can, we're going to go ahead and take a short break. And when we get back, we'll have game number